But my advice is think like a toddler. Think as you once did years ago, and the things that are in that book. That dawned on me, and then I started thinking, well, maybe I could write a book for entrepreneurs. And when I sat down and we started structuring it and thinking and talking to the publisher, they were like, hang on, everyone was once a toddler. Anyone that is experiencing something new or trying to improve something that they do or trying to conquer a challenge, this is relevant to. So if your kids are just leaving home and you're perhaps, say, in your 50s or 60s, and the center of who you perceived yourself as has changed, maybe you need the confidence or the creativity or the determination to do something new. If you've just had kids and you're a mum about to return to work, maybe there's things in there that you can look within yourself to give you the confidence to put that CV in or to try a job that you didn't do before. All of those things, right back to the entrepreneurs or the student leaving university thinking, what am I going to do with my life? Every one of us, I think there's messages in there to say, you can be more free thinking, you can be more self-confident, you can be more imaginative by thinking as you once did many years ago.
And you have about 9 different steps in here. I'm just going to read them off. It's on page 22 if people want to check on their own books. But these are kind of the traits of the toddler. Be confident, be creative, dive right in, never give up, get noticed, be honest, show your feelings, have fun, and involve others. Now, those are big concepts. How can people kind of try to get to be like a toddler? Because you have lots of exercises in here and things like that.
Yeah.
But for someone that's watching or listening, what's one way they could try to experience that now?
Well, let's break it down a little bit. Those 9 things really showed themselves during this amazing period when we all went through between sort of 6 months and maybe 2 years, when we all learnt to smile, and we learnt to walk, and we learnt to talk, and we learnt to play. And that's how I structured this book. So creativity and confidence is really about that first time you smiled and took the reaction of someone liked you smiling, you got confident to smile even more. Diving right in and never giving up, every one of us started to try and walk. And we fell over 500 times, and we cried, and we cut our lips, and we bruised our knees, and all of that sort of thing. But there was something within us that got up again. And none of us knew that it was the 500th time or the 1000th time or whatever that it would work. But one day it did work. And I'm saying that when you're trying something difficult and as an adult and you're tempted to give up, just remember that one person that you once were and try that one time again. So we can go through each individual one if you like. I'll just give you a quick story about a little girl that started school, first day at school, and the teacher asked them, all of the class, to draw somebody that they loved. So they're all down there, and this is the teacher's way of getting to know the kids. And she stops at this one little girl, and she says, wow, who's that? What's that? And kind of holds it up and can't quite make out what it is. And the little girl said, oh, it's God. And the teacher said, but nobody knows what God looks like. And the little girl says, well, they do now. And her confidence in what she'd drawn was God. I mean, who are we to say that God doesn't look like that? But her creativity and her confidence to kind of just say, this is what I've done and this is what I'm proud of. Now, we'll all have similar stories of what we did when we went to the nativity play and we were asked to dance. We'd never danced in public before, or whatever it is. We all have within ourselves, or we might notice in our children or our friends' children or whatever, that sort of creativity and confidence. Now, I can give you examples from all those other different 7 attributes of being a toddler that we can easily find and see. And so my whole concept is grow up. Absolutely do grow up. There's all those skills and experience we need, but don't at the total expense of the skills that you learned when you were a child, throw them all out as being childish and for your childhood. Because if you grow down 1 or 2 minutes every single day and recapture some of that, you'll look at the world in a completely different way. And at the end of every chapter, there's a link to a YouTube video, and one of them is this dad with his little girl. Maybe she's about 18 months, 2 years old, and she's seeing Summer Rain for the first time. And they're looking outside of their garage on the driveway, and they go out and have a little dance. And her face about rain is just amazing. But it's interesting looking at the dad's face, because he's as excited about it as she is. Now, I just question whether when he goes to work the next day, whether he acts like that when surprises or something new happens, or whether he puts his work face on and doesn't react like that. Now, I'm saying do. And just next time we're driving home and it's raining and we're kind of annoyed because we can't see it, just listen to the sound of the rain on the windscreen or watch the clouds or something like that. Just look at the world in a slightly different way. And you can, if we relate that back to maybe a workplace, question why we have a meeting on a 9 o'clock on a Monday morning, and just kind of put your hand up and say, I've got the confidence and the creativity to say, I don't think we should have it, because I think the one we have on a Wednesday evening, we should combine the two and have this sort of agenda. And actually maybe that those sort of things, it's just those little things that can change our life. So little wins but can make big changes, but also little wins, as in little people are the people we should get the inspiration from, not the big and the powerful.
Continue watching this fascinating conversation for free by clicking on the link below to visit our website, learn from the best minds in the world, and connect with a community of passionate people building the best versions of themselves. Just click on the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.